And good morning, everybody. It is Dingle here, and welcome back to my channel. How are y'all doing? I hope y'all are doing super duper well. Today, guys, I am bringing you all along on my mindful morning routine. It usually starts around 8:30 or 9 o'clock. I usually like to do it for more of the 8:30 vibe, but we got a little late start this morning. I needed those extra Z's on this morning specifically. You guys may have gotten a little bit of insight into my morning routine with a couple of the other videos when I talk about how I de-stress. I talk about how I have gotten into this specific routine in the mornings, and it's really been helping me just wake up on the weekends, de-stress, not think about stressful things that tend to stress me out. The first thing that I do here is grab one thing of my water bottle. I think it's like 16 ounces or so. I'm not sure. It's like the Starbucks one. And I just hang out with the cats, wake myself up. Water, I know, helps me enjoy coffee more, or it like makes coffee work better on me. So before I have my morning coffee, I make sure to drink one whole thing of water while I snuggle up with the kitties during the morning. It's like one of their favorite parts of this morning routine. And then no matter what the weather is outside, whether it's rainy or cold or beautiful outside, I bundle up, grab my headphones, grab my sneakers, and I put a coat on and I get out there. And this is truly what my morning is centered around. I make sure to get out by 9:30 latest. So if I wake up at 8:30, I'm out by 9. If I'm up at 9, I'm out by 9:30. I make my way downstairs from my apartment outside of the building. I make sure to detangle my headphones, which is a task in itself. But the next thing that I do is put on a headspace meditation. I have been super into this. Again, one of my favorite things from 2018 in one of those videos, and also how I de-stress. And I put on a walking one. In those videos, I explain that Headspace has a lot of different ones that you can do, from tracks to singles, and they have a lot of walking singles. And this one specifically was about bringing joy to your life and noticing things around your environment that you wouldn't normally notice, bringing joy into your world through thinking about somebody who has influenced you or makes you happy, and then imagining them happy. I know it sounds super hippie and like super weird, but I have super enjoyed it. But I make my way down the street to Jack and I's local park. It's Volunteer Park here in Seattle. It's so pretty, it's so big, so I love to walk around that and do my meditation there. And once my meditation is done, it usually is over in about 7-ish minutes or so, I put on a What We Said podcast. That's what I'm listening to right now, and it is just so positive and so uplifting. I've talked about that a few times. I love this podcast. Love. And then I make sure to grab my keys before I even leave the apartment so I don't have to go back up to the apartment. And when I am ready to go, I get in the car, still listening to the podcast with only one ear though, so be safe, kids. And I make my way into the local grocery store. If it is Sunday, I do the week's grocery shop, which isn't too difficult. Well, first, obviously, I grab my coffee. Let's not forget about that. I haven't had any coffee yet, so I make sure to grab myself some coffee, and if I'm still feeling thirsty, some water, because there is a Starbucks in our Safeway, or every Safeway in the Pacific Northwest, I think. So I go ahead and I do my week's worth of grocery shopping, and maybe a few little items for breakfast when Jack and I get back. And it's not too difficult. I used to be super vigilant about making a list, but over the years, Jack and I know exactly what we eat during the week for breakfast. We have lunch stuff that we make at work, and then for dinner, I usually get a bunch of different vegetables. And throughout the week, we will pick out the protein that we want with the veggies and some sort of fun side. I make my way back, still listening to the podcast. The podcasts are about 50 minutes long, so they make for a great distraction or, company of sorts while I put away the groceries. But I thought I would do a little haul for you guys. You can see we have broccoli, asparagus, spinach, lettuce. There was a 3 for like 1 sale on coffee, so I stocked up. I grabbed Jack and I some sushi for lunch there. We got some bread for sandwiches during the week, some tomatoes for salad, strawberries for our breakfast. We eat yogurt in the morning. I love the naked juices also, and you see some meat there for sandwiches and some of the proteins that we can cook Jack for lunch, and milk obviously, because you know cereal is life, so you need some of that. And again, still listening to the podcast, I put away the groceries just to be in the moment, and especially if Jack's not awake, it's something to keep me company. And these girls are so flippin' hysterical that it just feels like you're sitting in a room with some of your besties. I usually get one of these green juices to hold me over from when Jack wakes up, because I can't feed myself to save my life. So when I get hungry, I go back in, make sure the cats are still doing good. Hippo obviously is doing quite well. I turn off our sound machine that we use during the night, and then once I'm ready to eat breakfast, I come on in and I wake Jack up, because your girl is not that good at cooking. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you know exactly what I'm talking about. One time Jack left me for a conference for a week and I had to cook by myself, and it was an actual disaster zone. So here Hippo is, because she knows that Jack is the great provider of all food, and she really wants Jack to get up, as do I. So we are both very excited for Jack to make us some food this morning. I forget what we're having. I think we'll find out in just a moment once we get there. Oh, pancakes. But first, some more shots of Miss Allie. She is such a daddy's girl. I'm telling you, it's ridiculous. Look at that face. But then I usually clean up some of the dishes on the weekends. Jack has been so good with helping me with the dishes during the week, but I will handle the dishes mostly on the weekends while Jack cooks delicious meals for me. You can see the sausages are going on our awesome griddle, which I highly recommend if you guys are wondering what you want to ask for Christmas. They serve a lot of pancakes and a lot of food, and we put on one of our favorite shows. Obviously, I douse mine in sugar and whipped cream, but you know, whatever makes you happy, whatever floats your boat. And then we just enjoy our show and our breakfast together, and that is my mindful morning routine that I have on the weekends. I want to thank everybody so much for watching. If you are new, do not forget to hit subscribe button on your way out, and also give this video a big thumbs up. It would mean a lot to me, and I will catch all of you all in my next video. I'll see you later. Bye!